And our top focus in WION right now. With less than 3 months to go for the U.S. presidential polls, contenders Kamala Harris and Donald Trump are campaigning hard to strengthen their chances in the race to the White House. While Vice President Kamala Harris was expected to unveil her economic plans for the country on Friday, her economic agenda is expected to focus on lowering the cost of groceries, housing and healthcare, and also strengthening the child tax credit and drawing a contrast with Trump on tariffs and taxes. Her aides and advisors, that's what they've said. Republican presidential contestant Donald Trump was in North Carolina, where he took personal and policy-based shots at Harris.
No, her laugh is career-threatening. They said don't laugh. She hasn't laughed. She doesn't laugh anymore. It's smart, but someday it's going to come out. That's the laugh of a person with some big problems.
Trump also criticized the current administration's handling of inflation, using a packet of Tic Tacs as a prop.
This is Tic Tacs, right? I don't know if I like the company. I've never met. I have no idea. They're so lucky. Look at all the television. This is the greatest commercial they ever had. But that's what happened. This is inflation. This is Tic Tac. This is Tic Tac. This is inflation.
Well, he also attacked the Harris campaign over editing news headlines within Google search ads. Harris campaign has been editing news headlines and descriptions within Google search ads that make it appear as if major news publishers are praising her. The Harris campaign is not breaking any rules with the ads, which link out to actual news stories, but display headlines which are favorable for Harris. Well, these types of ads are common on Google and they do not violate Google's policies, and this is according to an Axios report. Meanwhile, New York Democrats assembled a big show of support for Kamala Harris with a campaign kickoff party in the city. The Democrats' rally was interrupted repeatedly by pro-Palestinian demonstrators. And our correspondent Susan Thanani elaborates on the significance of the event being held in Harlem for Vice President Kamala Harris, especially in the backdrop of the recent report by the city that the NYC migrant crisis that will cost taxpayers some $5 billion. Take a listen.
The event in Harlem is a show of support for Vice President Kamala Harris in her bid for the White House, particularly given the current challenges facing in New York City. The city has spent over $5 billion of taxpayer money on services for illegal migrants, including nearly $2 billion on housing, much of it concentrated just over that bridge behind me on Randall's Island. That number is expected to double by 2025, and average New Yorkers are feeling these financial burdens. Nonetheless, big-name Democrats here in New York are rallying behind Kamala Harris, demonstrating their commitment to her vision for the country. The event on Wednesday night featured notable figures like Governor Kathy Hochul and Mayor Eric Adams, and it comes just days before the Democrat National Convention. Kamala Harris and her VP pick, Walz, were both not here.
Well, Susan further tells us how President Trump has responded to Kamala Harris's economic plan.
Former U.S. President Donald Trump held a rally in North Carolina to counter Vice President Kamala Harris's economic plan, which she's expected to roll out on Friday. Trump's running mate, J.D. Vance, also campaigned in the state of Michigan. By doing so, the former president aims to frame himself as the better choice for voters when it comes to the economy and to undermine Harris's message. The move is a part of a broader effort by Donald Trump to regain momentum in key battleground states where Harris has been gaining ground in recent polls. Now, the challenge for former President Donald Trump is to define Harris as an extension of the Biden administration and not a so-called new face in American politics.